about to start.
So to finish what I was saying, Logic, in 2 weeks. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of No Conduct Radio. Tonight we are doing your relationship questions because producer Kai still wasn't prepared even though we had last week off. And I'm going to discuss with you why I took last week off and why sometimes you should take a week off. So tonight we're joined by everyone. Char, Logic, and BJ. How is everyone doing?
Good. Great.
Splendid. Thrilled.
Why can't I hear Char? 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 Char?
Char's
Okay,
having
well.
a test.
Sorry, I'm on mute. I was on mute. Sorry. I kept saying, hey. I was on mute. Gosh, I still haven't learned how to work a phone. Sorry.
Hey, I was so mute.
It wouldn't be a show without Char. It really wouldn't be.
I'm like, they're not talking to me. I kept saying, hey, everyone.
What would happen if we
Okay.
did that? Like, we just, pretended like we couldn't hear her and we never answered her throughout the whole show. Can you imagine the
Oh,
explosion
wow.
that would go on?
That'd be good. That'd be a good show.
Oh, thanks a lot, BJ. It would not be a good show. It would be a debacle.
Can you imagine? She
okay?
would keep hanging up, and then
Listen,
she
let's
would call
be real. Let's be real. She was in the back having a Jack Rose.
Something. You back there fixing something.
Actually, no. I had some wine that I brought to work earlier, and I'm still sipping that, but that's not interfering with the fact that I forgot
How
what
do you
mute
bring
was.
alcohol to work? What?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, my man owns the company. What does he care?
But that don't mean
He
nothing.
sips when he wants to. No, because he doesn't mind. It's not like anybody.
Like I
anything-
said, if
it
we
doesn't
could
interfere with my work.
smell, if you could smell through the internet, her breath would smell like a Singapore sling right now.
No,
Should be 80 proof.
no,
80
actually,
proof.
it's just sangria. It's just sangria.
Well, that's
It's
still
like
alcohol. It's just water. It's just sangria.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, no, it's just a sweet wine. But anyway, no, I just don't know where mute is anymore. Like, who doesn't know that on their phone? I just get all mixed up.
Well,
so.
how did you
How
put
is
yourself
everyone?
on mute and you don't know where the button is? Okay.
I figured it out, DJ, after a couple of attempts of saying, hey, hi. I said, yeah, you guys are just like,
So I
right
have
along
a
without me.
question. I have a question for you alcoholics out there.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, I want to say that alcohol is becoming a problem among, people in our generation and below. I guess because of the amount of alcohol they show on TV now and, the commercials, every show they drink alcohol for
What do you mean now?
everything.
They've been doing that. What do you mean now?
Really? It's like I remember when it's like you couldn't drink on talk shows and they wouldn't have alcohol like that.
Oh,
And then
that's
on like if I'm watching a sitcom, for instance, they come home from work. Oh, honey, I had a bad day. Here's a stiff one or whatever. They're always drinking. They drink hard liquor like it's water on every show I watch.
Make you smoke cigarettes.
So it's
Well, yeah, but I mean that's largely due. If you're talking about television shows, it's largely due to sponsorship. A lot of alcohol houses are to shows, so that's why you see a lot of bar scenes and stuff like that. Back in the day, the big thing was cigarettes, so that's why you used to always see people like cigarettes. They would have a cigarette case and open it up and it look glamorous, But we've gotten away from that. So.
Yeah, but however, but the flip side of that, or that reality shows make their own choices. These people are literally just alcoholics. When I say reality shows, like
do you really
Housewives,
think reality shows don't have sponsors? Is that what you think?
No, I'm not saying they don't, but the lifestyle of a lot of these people that are these housewives, so to speak, that are not even really housewives, their lifestyle is they go out a lot and they actually do drink with their girls a lot, and their man is
Let me tell you this.
too.
Let me tell you this. A lot of people think that housewife thing is real. What's the woman's name from Atlanta? Nene, is that her name?
Nene Leakes. I'm rich.
She's talking about she's rich all the time. She was bragging about buying a pre-owned V6 Dodge. Talking about I paid cash.
What?
Like, you're not rich if that's the car that you're buying. You know what I mean? So
pre-owned Dodge. Wow.
Yeah, pre-owned. So my thing is, a lot of people.
But I mean, some exaggerate though. I will say that. But you could have 10 Dodges. The point is that some of these people really are living
actually,
their life.
Char, I was making a point if you would allow me to finish.
Yeah.
My point that I was getting to is that even though these reality shows are cheap, but they're written with producers and sponsors in mind. So everything that they do is a set-based thing. They outfit these cars with cameras. That's not their cars. You know what I mean? A lot of the times when they go to these restaurants, they have to. If you know about filmmaking, you have to get permits. You have to pay whatever people or company owns this establishment. You have to pay for all of this stuff. You have to have a crew. And if it's in L.A., everything is running through the union, so you have to pay union dues. So that is not them just covering this person living their normal life. They're scripting and building this portrait in order for it to be the most appealing so they can sell the most to advertisers. That's all it is. They don't care about how the housewives of Atlanta are living. It doesn't matter to them. You know, it's about this spectacle that they make and what people are responding to nowadays, which is glamorous life. I'm just, everything's awesome and blah, blah, blah. This whole Instagram type way that people try to act like they're living. And it's nonsense. It's all fake.
Well,
if Jay-Z really had $200 million, $250 million, would he still be dropping an album and watching how many albums he sells, and would he still be working with another?
Well, I don't think he watches how many albums he sells, but if you like what you do, why wouldn't you? I mean, look at
wait, hold on. Listen to what you just said.
Wait.
He puts a product out and doesn't care how much he sells. Is that what you really think?
Well, I was going to say, take Oprah, for instance. You know she's rich. She still does this stuff. She still goes on there and does talk shows.
Listen, look what Oprah did, though. Oprah stopped doing the show as she used to do it, and she propped up a new guy, which was Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil is whatever he is, but she's making that's her young boy she put on. So she's making money off of him. When she does it, it's at her leisure. Like, she will interview who she feels like at the time that she feels like. It's not a constant schedule like, okay, I got to go in and I got to put this work in. She just does it whenever she feels like it. If you have a passion for something, that's just what you do. But Jay-Z is dropping albums and distributing them and releasing them through record labels. If he really was just dropping an album because he just has a passion to rap, he would do it online and just release it. And whoever wants it, they can get it. It's whatever. But he has $250 million, and supposedly his wife is worth $300 million. And so together they have almost $700 million together. You know how much money that is? If these people really had that, come on, no.
Crazy.
Net worth and what you actually have is two vastly different things.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I wasn't saying that I believe that, he actually has this cash on hand. I'm just saying that I don't believe that just because you're rich, you'll just stop doing stuff. So that's all I was saying.
I didn't say that.
You kind of did.
No, I did not say because you're rich, you will stop doing things.
Wait. I have a question. Why did that tickle Char so much that I disagreed
with you? Because Char has really, just like the rest of these broads out here, been really waiting for me to make a mistake so she can laugh in my face. But the problem with you broads are you tend to jump the gun and you don't listen. So that's why you get angry. Like, you don't always know. I never said I know everything. But what I actually say is very specific things that most people will fucking just take a broad assumption of, oh, well, that's what you meant. No, it's not what I meant. What I'm saying is, if you have so much money that you and several generations later will never have to work, there's certain things you're not going to bother yourself with anymore. And if he cuts an album, just like Beyonce, if Beyonce really had $200 or $300 million like they think she does, why would she bother touring?
Exactly.
She wouldn't
That's
tour.
true.
She would not go out on the road and live in and out of hotels or whatever. And she has a palatial penthouse in Manhattan that she could be in and doing anything she wants at any given time, but she's instead running through airports and ducking into SUVs and living in hotels and doesn't know where she's going to be the next day. Like, you wouldn't do that unless you had to get that money. You wouldn't bother with contracts because you have $250 million. You could do whatever you want. You could release anything you want. You wouldn't start a clothing line. You would just have a tailor make anything that you came up with. Mm-hmm. I want something that looks like this. Get on it. You got money to stop the clock. So, again, people need to stop with the nonsense of how they think that these people are living. These celebrities is not as rich as you think. They got money, but most of them are okay with the lifestyle that they have. They're all right.
Well, we basically got far away from what I was going to say. So, number one, I wanted to make a comment about the reality shows. If you don't know reality shows are fake and scripted, then you have issues. Number two, what I was saying to you alcoholics out there, and I know a lot of people think that they're not alcoholics, but I believe you're functioning alcoholics, so you can jump on me later or whatever. I don't understand. Because my daughter, and this led me to this thought, and I know I said this before on the show, I don't understand how you are okay with drinking rotten fruits, because that's basically what alcohol is, just rotten stuff that you took the juice from and put it in a bottle and put a nice label on it and said, hey, this was rotting since 1965. That was a good year. I don't understand how you're okay with drinking that. Anybody?
Well, was that a question?
Well, I'm a wine drinker.
Well, wine is rotten grapes, so it's the same thing.
It's not rotten. It's not
fermented.
Rotten.
It is rotten grapes. It's rotten fermented grapes that's been sitting there since whatever the hell year that's on the bottle. But if I actually gave you a moldy, rotten grape that's been sitting on my countertop since 2 weeks ago, you won't eat that. But if I squeeze it with my feet and put it in a bottle, you'll drink that.
Feet? Oh my God! This is not the beginning of wine making stage. They have. I think they're going far away from their feet thing now. Oh my God!
It doesn't matter. Even if I was still squeezing it with my feet, you would still drink it. I'm pretty sure there's still vineyards out there who do it with their feet old school, and there's people who are like, they do this old school with their feet.
Unless you're an orangutan, I don't think you can squeeze anything with your feet. I think you can crush things with your feet. Not unless you have some anatomy that we don't understand.
Actually,
you know what I'm saying.
What you're looking at is they step on the grapes, and yes, there are places like that. One is actually outside of Atlanta, and there's vineyards all over California. But here's the point. You don't have to understand the culture of wine. Wine is entirely different. People that drink alcoholic
culture?
Say wine culture, absolutely. Wine is something that wine gets very excited about. This is not you're just getting
so wait a minute,
a bottle
hold on. So Char, wait a minute, it's Char. Is soda a culture?
Is what?
Is
Man, there's
soda
people
a
who
culture?
are really serious about their soda. I'm dead serious about my chocolate. Is that a culture?
Oh, I'm sure there. Oh, I'm absolutely sure it is. But across the board, anywhere that you live, it doesn't matter if you're under a rock. You hear how important it is, how so many people not only embrace wine, but it's very important to them. It's like they live for it. It's, you know, they go to these different venues and they get to the different.
I don't know what they do. I don't think they live for it. You're making wine.
Really,
wine drinkers sound bad. They don't live for it. Like, oh my God, I got to have it. Char, rephrase it, Char, please. Just rephrase it. You're drowning. You're drowning. You're drowning.
I've never been to a venue or anything, so I'm not like tripping over myself to see was it what I'm drinking now was it from the 1700s. No, but it is a culture. That's all I'm saying. It's not people just getting drunk with downing a bottle of vodka and passing out. It's not. It has nothing to do with that. And I'm not saying these people are not alcoholics, but it's more controlled.
So
I personally think it's just a part of this, hedonistic culture that people are going in today. You know, where everything, whatever feels good, whatever I do, you know, I'm just going to do that. No consequences. I don't care. Blah blah blah. You know, that's how people are living now. Back in the day, it wasn't considered a useful amount of your time to sit around and smoke weed and, you know, do all that. But nowadays, you got politicians trying to fight for weed to be legal, you know, from recreational use. You know, whether you agree with that or whatever is one thing, but in the end of the day, in this society, at this point, it's almost nothing that's taboo now, you know, where things used to be before. Even being fat and, you know, to the point where you might die of heart disease or whatever. Like people, oh, you're body shaming. Shut up. Don't, you know, that person can be fat if they want. It's like, man, that was never really a good thing. It's not healthy to be fat. It's not healthy to drink too much. It's not healthy to smoke weed and all that kind of stuff. But for some weird reason, cigarettes is like a pariah. I don't understand that.
Cigarettes, it's like this constantly still going on. They get addicted.
And all of the death stuff that they put on the commercial. You know how many people die, but it's like more people die of drunk driving than cigarette related deaths. So I don't know. That I don't understand.
Yeah, cigarette smoking is going down. However, vaping is going up, which vaping is just as dangerous, if not more.
Dangerous. They just feel something like, man, vaping.
But I think cigarette smoking, well, not cigarette smoking, but vaping, weed, alcohol, all of that is just a product of people following each other. That's it. Because if you don't drink, people really look at you weird, like you don't drink. And I had a client, no lie, I had a client who said she didn't drink, but if she went out to like networking events and everything like that, for her to fit in and for people to talk to her and do business with her, she had to drink, because if she didn't, they'd think she was weird and not do business with her or whatever.
See, that's a choice.
Wait a minute, they wouldn't do business with her because she wouldn't drink a cocktail?
Because she wouldn't drink, so they would be like, oh, she's kind of weird, so meh.
So people want to do business with recovering alcoholics? Like, what does that mean?
You know, that's her choice, you know.
I think she was listening. I think she was giving you a snow job there. She drinks because she wants to drink.
Right. It's like that's just crazy peer pressure. Oh, I can't make this deal. I had to drink this vodka and tonic.
Exactly.
Come on.
That's exactly what it is. Peer pressure.
Please.
She felt peer pressure to drink with people she wanted to do business with. So there's nothing stopping you.
Well, to me, that's summing it all up. People drink, vape, smoke, do drugs, everything because of peer pressure. Because if they're afraid that. I believe it is. Because okay, check this. Your first sip of beer, you can't tell me you were like, this is so good. No. Everyone says beer tastes disgusting.
It depends on the beer. Coors Light was like, it wasn't no big thing. I was like, whatever.
So you're talking about when you were introduced
but it wasn't
when you're
peer pressure.
like, first
But
introduced to. Okay.
It wasn't peer pressure, Kai. It wasn't peer pressure. It was, you figure, I just want to try it out.
You
It wasn't peer pressure.
curious when you're younger. I mean,
It was
to
a
see
choice.
someone else
And
do it.
it's the same thing with wine. Y'all didn't take your first sip of wine and say, this is delicious. Because it's not like it tastes like juice.
Well, my first taste of wine was nasty because it was dry as hell. I was like, what the hell is this?
I wouldn't say it was.
But what made you take that first sip of alcohol in the first place?
Who, me?
Whoever. Why
me?
did you take that
Me.
first sip of alcohol in the first place?
I was curious. My mom had this like these nice looking. I guess she had wine and these nice looking crystal things, whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I was like 10. And I think it tasted. It was like nasty, so never tasted
So it
it
was
again.
glorification.
When you had a
parents.
child's palate, you weren't expected to like that. You had a child's palate.
What did you say, Logic?
I said, so it was basically glorification from your parents, the adults in your lives,
Right,
made it look good, and you wanted to try it.
Right. Your environment, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Well, let's have it lying around, right?
But I never tried cigarettes. I think half my family smoked cigarettes. I never tried that because I understand that cigarette smoking.
Yeah, I wasn't interested in that either.
I was like, this is what the hell y'all doing? First of all, it stinks at all. Why do I just all your clothes and hair?
But again, even look at what you just said. It left a negative image in your mind because it stinks. You see people coughing when they smoke
exactly.
or whatever. So it doesn't look glamorous. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You're like, who needs that? But this drinking, usually people are at a party having a good time, so you think, okay, that's like some kind of adult soda or whatever, and that's the reason why you felt the need to want it, try it or whatever.
Right.
But
well, I mean, Kai, I don't agree with you that it's peer pressure as adults. I do believe it's peer pressure or the influence of it was in your environment at your parents' house when you were younger.
Well, that's all
but
peer
like
pressure
for a
is.
grown person, no, absolutely not.
Yeah,
what was that?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we can make our own choices.
All peer pressure is a product of your environment.
No, I know. I said
that's what he was
initially,
saying.
but not as a grown person. No, but not as a grown person. As an adult, it's not. It's more like you tested it. You were curious. You either felt a certain type of way in some way. Maybe you realized, hey, I feel a little different, and you were curious about it again. So you did it again. Now your friends are somehow involved. And then you get older.
If you get peer pressure, you're an adult getting peer pressure with your friends. You're either a weak-minded person or you just weak-minded person.
That happens all the time.
That's what happens.
You know how many
shouldn't have that problem, though.
You know how many people are in relationships or out of relationships because their peers was like, I can't believe that you're gonna blah blah blah. That's peer pressure.
Some girls don't get with a guy because they're worried about what their girls are gonna think. He doesn't have a glamorous job. He's a trash guy. I can't date him because my girls are gonna make fun of me.
Yeah, remember I asked that question that if a woman found a guy that she knows loves her and he, was willing to put all this stuff in his name, but he just didn't want to go through the state and get married. Look at all of them that said, blah, blah, blah. That's all because other women would judge them and say, you're stupid. I would never let a man blah, blah, blah. But all of them are out there talking about they want love. So you see how it's peer pressure that makes you think that way. You know how many women wouldn't marry a good man if he didn't get them a diamond ring? Or even worse, if he got them a diamond ring, but it was the kind that was grown in a factory and not dug out of the ground by some, kid in some war-torn country, they would be like, that's not a real diamond.
It's crazy, right? It's crazy.
Wow.
So as you say, peer pressure
that's
can happen
crazy.
anywhere. So Kai,
I wanted to put that question out there to the listeners. See how many of them write back and say, yeah, I would take that because a diamond's a diamond. Well, how many of them would be like, honestly, no, I would want a real diamond from the ground. If some dude got somebody a carat and a half that was grown in a factory from Siberia as opposed to a carat and a half that was found off the Ivory Coast, let's see which one they would want.
Then how they know what logic? that it was produced off the, how would they know it was produced off the, from the Ivory Coast? Like, how would they know that it was produced in that region?
If the guy was out, if the guy was true,
yeah, honest.
Said, listen, I got you a diamond. A year ago, I put in an order with the factory of blah 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 to grow you a carat and a half, and it's ready now, and I got it fitted into a ring, and I want you to marry me. As opposed to a dude that said, listen, I can get this one in the factory, or I can get this one that was some kind of diamond from an African nation somewhere. Which one do you want?
And you can go further.
9 times out of 10, they're going to say that they're going to want that one out of the ground.
Well, even I wouldn't do a cubic zirconia. I mean, if it's something that you're getting for now, that's fine.
Hold on. Why not?
Because
Because
if it's something that you can afford for right now, that's fine. If I have to buy my own ring, I'll do it. But I don't personally, even when I buy my own jewelry, I'm trying to tell you, even when I buy my own jewelry, I don't buy fake stuff. So, I mean, if you bought it, I would absolutely love it. I would keep it, but I would change it to something real because it's my preference. I wouldn't hound you to do it. I would do it myself, just because it's my preference.
If he's proposing to you, give me this ring, y'all in love with each other, why would you change it to something else in the long run?
Well, first of all, fake jewelry doesn't last.
Wait. The setting, the as far as the ring is like, let's say platinum ring, but it's whatever, gold, whatever. But it's not a real diamond,
Yeah, a cubic could break very easily.
Break. Eat them for lunch. Like, what?
Oh, God.
No, what? Wait, what? What did I miss?
I said no.
I don't know what you're for.
You would eat that person if you're giving me a seat. Oh no. So like, wait until you afford it. Just wait until you can afford it. You don't have to present a ring to me right now. That's the only thing I would like to really have that's real.
I mean, I don't agree. I would take the ring, and I would be very happy that you were thoughtful enough to go out and buy this for me. And I would keep it. I would absolutely never throw it away, but I would upgrade it. Even if I have to upgrade it myself, I would upgrade it to something real because that's my preference.
But isn't that the same thing, being insulted or being kind of disappointed? That's the same thing, what I just said. You would just, I really felt like you would think, like, what? Even if you got a you're still insulting that person because they worked for that. They worked hard for that. They paid for it. Obviously, they worked for it. They couldn't afford anything.
I would explain to them that, like I said, this can break easily. This can get lost easily. This can get tarnished easily. And I don't really wear fake stuff. So I don't think that's the reason to get insulted.
But, an expensive ring can be lost too, Kai. You know that part. That could be lost regardless. Yeah. It's lost also. Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm.
Well,
listen.
Let me hold on. Let me be the tiebreaker here. I think two things are going on here. It doesn't sound like Kai is saying that she would not marry the person. I think it sounds like she said she would, but it sounds like also that she has a certain taste, you know what I mean, and a certain standard kind of mixed in. So from what I'm gathering, and correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds as if she's saying that once she could afford or they could afford, she would want it to get replaced, which personally, I look at like if I was broke with my girl and she bought me a nice watch, but it was just something we can afford from like the Macy's, jewelry department or something. And, I wouldn't be like, get this out of here. This is garbage. I don't blah, 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 and like kick the box away. Like, get out of here with that. I would accept it and be happy that she, went through whatever she went through to get it for me, because I understand that, she's struggling, I'm struggling, blah, blah. But once I could afford, to get a Valbray or something like that, then I probably would. Even though that's way more expensive than anything in Macy's. It's no disrespect to her gesture. It's just I have a specific taste or level of things that I like, and I wouldn't just run around with a Macy's watch because my girl got it for me and I can't ever have anything else. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, that's kind of basically what I'm saying.
I never thought that you were the person. I didn't say that. I just felt like you would roast them for that easy option. Like, why are you doing this?
Here's a question for the women, though. What if a guy, instead of getting you a diamond, got you a ring that was made with rubies? Would you feel that was less than?
I don't want a diamond anyway. I like sapphires, so.
Yeah, that's what
But we're talking about standards set by peer pressure. So if you go to
Well, let me answer that. I have told everyone, even my mother, that I don't like diamonds. I mean, I don't want to say I don't like diamonds. I don't mind them. I like sapphires over diamonds. So my wedding ring, even my ex-wedding ring, was sapphire. I don't want like the solitaire diamond or 5-carat. I want a sapphire. If you want to surround me in diamonds, that's fine.
I hear thousands of women cussing you out right now.
Well, I've heard it, and that was what I was going to say. I've heard it in person. Are you crazy? My mom told me no. Everybody has told me no. What do you know? And it's just, that's my preference. Even a wedding dress. I have never thought about setting up a wedding ever. It's not something that's in my vision. I don't really care. Have a barbecue, go to the courthouse. I don't care about that. But if somebody wanted to set up a wedding for me or whatever, I don't want to wear white. I want to wear a sapphire blue dress. I've gotten cussed out for that too. So,
well, wrong with that. I mean, let's be honest. You have a kid, so can you really wear white?
For real, off white. Yeah.
Oh my God!
Are y'all done? Are y'all finished?
I think your wedding dress should be purple or something like that.
Sapphire is good for me.
Kai, seriously, that's exactly what color my wedding dress was. I'm kind of with logic.
Blood red or something.
Blood red.
I was sapphire blue, but I literally was practically a virgin when I did get married. It wasn't like I ever had like more than 2 men in my whole life.
Really?
So
did she say? Wait, stop! Everybody, stop right now! Stop.
Yeah,
did she say she was tragically a virgin when she got married?
No,
you heard her.
Stop the presses. Stop the presses, please.
There was only one other person ever in my whole life that I ever, had sex with. So by the time I was married, he was only the second one. So it's like I was practically a virgin, but I wasn't. So I didn't know if I should really.
No, there's no such thing as practically a virgin. No. What is wrong with you?
You either are or
you're not.
Well,
there's no
can I be a born again person?
No gray
I wore sapphire blue. That's what color I wore. I loved it. It was a beautiful dress. I didn't feel like I should wear white.
Well, listen, if you and Bruce Wayne get married, you need to go to the bridal place and say, I need a wedding dress in the color of Crim's death. Do you have anything? What shade is that?
Well,
did you?
I went to a friend's wedding. I went to a friend's wedding with my daughter. And now my daughter is starting to, I want to plan a wedding, all this looks amazing. And I was like, well, I want to wear Deadpool for my wedding. And, of course, all the women around me was like,
Deadpool?
No, you're not. Even women I didn't even know. They were like, no, you're not. I said,
yes.
I want to wear Deadpool. I'll wear a Deadpool outfit.
Unpack that.
You want the theme of Deadpool? Is that what you're saying, like a themed wedding?
No, I'll wear the whole Deadpool costume.
What?
Go down the
aisle.
You
want to wear a
costume
at your wedding?
Yo, man.
You want everyone
it's my wedding. Isn't it supposed to be my day and I'm supposed to do whatever I want?
Okay, I got some
But you want to wear Deadpool gear. Call it a theme wedding. That way it makes sense to everybody. You want to explain anything.
But you said who wants to, but that's you.
There's a certain level of nerd that you can't go by. If you're changing your vows in Vulcan or Klingon or wearing X-Men suit, something wrong.
Prerogative. That's their prerogative.
No, it is. Listen, it is their prerogative.
Wait.
But there is a certain level
hold on,
of
Logic.
what the fuck.
Let me address Char. because you were saying who wants to blah, 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 blah. Well, that's just like on the same level of you saying, hey, I'm going to have an open bar. To me, that means absolutely nothing. That's not going to make me come to anybody's wedding. So who wants to have an open bar? That's your prerogative. Just like my prerogative is I wouldn't mind going down the aisle in a Deadpool outfit.
No, wait a minute. What if
that wasn't my
is not into comic book?
Well, that's, if he's not into it, obviously I'm not going to be like, oh, you're going to do it anyway. But I'm just saying, if I say something like that, as you can see, hear how people answer. Oh, yeah, oh, really? Oh, if it's something I want to do, what does it have to do with you?
Because the only thing that I said was, if that's the case, call it a themed wedding, and then everybody will understand. You don't have to explain anything, and they can choose to come with Deadpool themed costumes or not. That's what I said. Just call it a thing. People have themed weddings every day. I've never heard of that one.
She want a Comic-Con wedding.
Dude, that would be so awesome, a Comic-Con wedding. That would be so awesome. Everybody, you can't come dressed.
Yeah, she want her
either.
wedding looking like the Incredibles.
You have to be
Incredibles.
Whatever. You can laugh. It doesn't deter me. Yes, if my dude is into that, I would totally do it, take pictures and put it online. I don't care. But then on the other hand, my ideal wedding is me and my guy just go down, sign some papers, and then we have a barbecue. That's all I want. And all that money that would have gone into a wedding, all that money that would have gone into a wedding, I'm going to take a deluxe vacation.
You in the City Hall?
Exactly what I said. I just want to go get it done just as pieces, but have a really nice reception for my friends and family. The reception I want it to be really nice. We're not doing a barbecue, but like a really nice. They could dance, have like everything's really pretty, and then just go to our honeymoon from there and save some of that money. Have a wonderful honeymoon. I don't think the whole ceremony part first should matter so much. It's just like a nice reception. Everybody's dancing.
See, and that's the other thing. That's the other thing I can't understand. I've watched friends and family get married. And then they're all saying stuff like, I bet you can't wait for the honeymoon. Why? You were living together for 2 years already. It's not like y'all were chaste and you haven't been having sex like the night before.
Exactly. You know what I don't understand?
Well, you're not consummating the marriage, obviously.
I don't understand baby showers for women that already had like 2 kids already.
Oh, my
God. Why are you still having a baby shower?
That's true.
What are you
doing?
True. No, that's for the first kid. You're not going to just keep making a come up every time you let a dude drop one in you. Come on. I'm not giving you nothing. Go get a job.
It's free. No, it's free gifts, and that's why people have baby showers.
No, listen, you're not getting free gifts every time you decide that you don't want that egg to come out in your period. You're not making a come up. Go to Target, get your own diapers.
Actually, not
He got Walmart, so. I just got too many invitations to baby.
No, because I had an argument with my cousin because she was like, my baby shower. I said, good luck. I'm not giving you nothing. And she was like, why? So you ain't gonna? I already gave it for the first one. I'm not giving it to you every single time you and your dude decide to say, forget the pill. I'm not doing it. Okay. And then I had another friend that got mad at me because I didn't send him a congratulatory gift for him getting married. I'm like, you got married 3 other times already. I'm not going to keep sending you gifts every time you find it. No.
Damn, 3 times. Damn.
Hey. So they're going through
my present to you is keeping my fingers crossed. There you go.
There you go. There you go. That's a good present.
First time to charm.
I have a question for the panel. Have you guys heard about the baby showers, meaning daddy baby, where now it's this just tradition now to, I guess it's a fad, where you have the men and the women at the baby shower with like a barbecue.
I heard of that.
I heard a phenomenon of suckers going to the baby shower. Like they can't tell their chick, listen, I'm gonna catch you on the back end. I'm gonna go play pool like a man with my boys and go smoke a cigar. Please. Sitting around a bunch of cackling hens.
Again.
Like,
and this show is actually...
What is it made of? Cotton?
I was going to say, again, the whole thing with that, and the funny thing is this show is turning into what people, follow society on. The whole thing with that is everyone's just trying to be, they're being sheep. So So the new thing is guy and girl baby shower. So now everyone's doing it.
What was the law?
It's just like Char. Hold on, everybody stop. I have a question. Char.
Mm-hmm.
It's a two-part question. First part, do you have your nails done right now?
Yeah, no, by choice. No, I don't. I just have to take.
She had to emphasize by choice.
No, he asked me.
Usually I stay dipped, but I just chose not to today.
No, Charles literally said, "Let me drop you off to get your nails done." You know, I'm treating. Of course, he always does. And I said, "No, thanks. I don't want to. I want to let them grow natural and be, get healthy." So no, that's why I said by choice.
Well, why? Okay. Why? Wait. I can't even go on with my question now. So why did you feel it necessary to point that out? Like we were going to look badly at your. Wait. Let me finish. Why did you feel it was necessary to point that out? Like we were going to condemn this dude because your nails aren't done.
Of course you wouldn't do that. I just simply said don't condemn me because they're not done. That's why I let you know why they weren't.
No, that's not what you said. You said no by choice. And then you went on to explain he would have dropped me off and this and this.
I gave you the reason so you wouldn't condemn me like, oh, you didn't get your nails done. No, I only by choice. I just want to let them breathe and get healthy on their own again. That's it. So that way it's not like I'm going to get them done.
Why was that free condemnation?
That's what I'm wondering.
Because you don't get your nails done. I don't know. A lot of chicks do keep their nails up, and it looks pretty and all that. But I just feel like it's really bad.
Okay, whatever. That's dipping into what I was gonna say. Normally, women have their nails done. It doesn't matter if they're fat. Doesn't matter if they're hideous. Doesn't matter if they always have these stupid nails done. Second part of the question, which Char can't answer now, is what color are your nails? The new fad, since Rihanna started it, is to paint all your nails the same color except one nail.
Oh, that's crazy.
Everybody does that.
That's the trend.
I know you do that because you're Char and you follow what everybody does when it comes to fashion.
Follow the leader. That's what it's called.
That is not true. I just have lots of nail polish at home, and I said to myself, it would be fun to just fix it up. And
Char, you did not start doing that until it became a fashion.
Thank you, Kai. Thank you.
You did not start doing that until it became a fashion.
That's not true.
Oh my God, you're lying.
Listen, Kai, you need to stop hating because even back in the day, she was rocking the mohawk before Pat Benatar. Okay, so just cut that out. She's the trendsetter, baby.
No. Years ago, I was doing that, and people would actually say, "Why did you do that? That's stupid." Like they would tell me I was stupid. I'm like, "Oh, Char, to see how."
I forgot who I'm talking to. Why?
Char, let me ask you this: How does it feel?
www.char.com.
Char. How does it feel?
And then accentmark.com.
We're not going to get to the question.
She pulled the chest. She can't. No, Chatty, she pulled the chest right.
Oh, I know. Wait a minute. I know how to get her attention. Money. Money. Oh, yeah, she's listening to that. Sorry. How does it feel?
On your roster.
How does it feel? How does it feel to be to be on the razor's edge of trend setting, but most people don't really give you credit for being that because it always goes to these celebrities. Do you feel irritated by that?
Well, I do appreciate you addressing that question, but the answer is absolutely not because I consider myself a celebrity, so they can follow me at any time.
No, but I mean, listen, all jokes aside, you understand that people, the amount of people that know Rihanna, they don't know you. So if you were doing something, thank you. If you were doing something that she eventually copied a style that you were doing, does that kind of irritate you? Like, yeah, I was doing that back in '87, but whatever. Or do you just let it roll off your back like, I don't care?
I actually don't care. I don't care.
Okay, fair enough. I was curious.
Okay.
I don't care. She doesn't care. The lady doesn't care. Quite all right with me.
Oh.
Carry on.
Well, yeah. Let me get through this commercial real quick. Let me see if well, first of all, we have a commercial about a book, but Blog Talk Radio is not allowing the commercial to upload so I could play it. So I'm going to say the commercial, but next week I'm actually going to play the commercial. So I'm just going to give a little clip right now, and then next week we'll actually play the whole commercial. So this is for a book, a very cute, very funny children's book called How Grandpa Tata Caught a Ginormous Fish Without a Hook, and it's by Don Reddy, DHANREDDY. You could actually purchase this book on Amazon, or after the show you can go to our website, www.noconduct.com, and you'll find this book in the author's spotlight on the home page. You can click on it to purchase it. It's about a little boy who goes fishing with his grandfather, but the only thing is he doesn't take a fishing pole. He takes a pig to go fishing. And so it tells the story of how he uses a pig to catch a fish. So that's How Grandpa Tata Caught a Ginormous Fish Without a Hook, available in Kindle and print on Amazon. You can go to our website, www.noconduct.com, click on the book. That's going to be right there on our home page. All right, so back to the show.
Now, I have a question. With the way things are changing with men and how men are basically operating with women, my question to women is, do you realize that it is because of the changes that you're demanding men take is the reason why your unhappiness on average is increasing? Because back in the day, men would never tolerate another man hanging out with their wife, calling their girlfriend, that wouldn't happen. And the fact that you have so many men that are fighting a natural reflex to have an attitude about it, I think in some way are making women resentful, because these dudes are adopting more of a feminine attitude, where they're allowing women to just dictate what happens and whatever. They're not being leaders, which is, that's usually a masculine energy to that. So with men trying to change themselves to make these current day women happy, they're foregoing their masculinity. But then you'll have women that run around talking about there's no real men out here anymore. So, to me, it would seem obvious that you're in a system that is in a constant collapse, because it just keeps going around in a circle of what you want these men to do and what you really want is two different opposing energies and ideas. Are women connecting that? Or do you just think men are just deciding out of nowhere just to be punks or whatever?
You're asking the wrong person, because I'm all for guys from back in the 1940s.
But you know women. You know women. You have friends. You have cousins. You have whatever. What are they saying?
I don't think they're putting 8 and 5 together. I really believe that, because women think it's funny, for instance, to say if they have 3 children and a husband, they'll say something like, "I have 4 children. I'm responsible for everything. Without me, blah blah blah," and they think that that's funny, So I don't really think they're putting all of this together and coming out with, we've turned men into bitches essentially, and this is why we're having problems now. To me, Char. Is Char even?
Yeah. I'm here.
Do you believe a guy should be emotional and cry, and it's okay for men to cry? That's fine with you?
Yes, in certain sectors it's absolutely fine. If it's just in our home and we're discussing something that he's very emotional about, I don't think you should hold back because I appreciate the rawness. But if you're, in an interview and the interview and the person tells you, I don't think you're right for the job, and you're crying, or if he's just being criticized by, friends or something about his outfit, whatever, and he's like, or if it just breaks down too easily, then I really have to kind of second guess your insecurities, or even if you're even a man, because men are taught from birth to be stronger than that and to not show emotion. I don't feel like you should ever not show it, but just, in certain sectors. If it's within our home.
See, that's even too feminine for me. A man. If your mom dies, if your child dies, your wife dies, I could see you crying. But we're having an emotional conversation, and you start crying on my shoulder. Pretty sure we're getting a divorce tomorrow. If I wanted to be with a woman, I would have been gay.
In opposition to the shoulder, what emotional conversation? What are you talking about?
I don't know. That's what Char said. If we're having a really emotional conversation and he breaks down and cries, and that's fine with me.
So
in our own house.
Any emotional conversation,
if you're talking about your mom died, or you lost a child before, or something that's traumatic like that no human being can actually hold their emotion over, I'm completely fine with that. I understand that. But I don't know. We're having an emotional conversation.
Let me give you an example. Let me give you a scenario.
Similar, but everybody, I don't know.
What if say fast forward the clocks, you're 50-something years old, and you're with your man, and he's the same age, maybe a little older, and let's say he always had a talent for, I don't know, music or something, and he could have done it, but he just never did. And the day comes, you're having a conversation, and he realizes he has wasted his life working and paying bills and never did a thing to make his dream come true. And he cries because he realizes his life is over, and he can't do that now. Regardless of what you may think of, he could go out and you just never too late. That's people tell themselves that, but there is a point in your life when it is too late. So my question to you is, if this man realized he has wasted his entire existence and he cries, you'd look at him like he was a punk?
Should I be politically correct, or should I say the real answer?
No,
be honest. That's a yes.
Be
honest.
Yes.
She said, that's a yes. She said
yeah,
yes.
that's,
I told you.
Quit being a bitch. Quit being a bitch. Like, are you serious? You didn't waste your life just because you didn't get to do what you wanted. Not everyone gets to do what they want.
Mm-hmm.
There are people
in poor countries
who don't even have half the stuff that
she
you
has
have.
in her voice.
Yeah, you see that? Whew.
I'm just saying, quit being you're acting like, look, I'm the woman. I'm not even sitting here crying that I didn't get to do. Why are you crying? Are you serious right now?
But it's not the way. No. He might not say do it like that. Oh my God.
I don't care. No.
It could be like one
Keep it
tear.
together.
You know what I'm saying?
Or whatever. Keep it together.
Yo.
Whatever.
Oh my God.
I hope other women can hear this and realize the pressure that men are under.
Yeah. What's
the hell?
Sorry, that was my phone.
Oh, pressure. Yeah, some pressure. Dang.
Yeah, the pressure that men are under. Like you have to. You can never have a human moment. You can't be a human.
You can't.
I feel like
that's
a little unfair, Kai.
I never said you can't have a human moment. You can have a human moment. You can sit there, you can talk about it, you can feel bad about it, but what are you crying about?
Don't turn around and try to act like what you just said was rational. I just said the man that you love, that devoted his life to taking care of you and whatever family that you have, he's been a working dude. He one day had an epiphany and realized, I've never done anything with my life. For a man in a man's world, achievement is everything. Even women judge men on achievement. Just like you just said, women don't want to be with a garbage man because they feel that is a low position, even though that's a union job and you get over $20-something an hour. I'm not even going to get into that. But the achievement, you haven't built anything or acquired anything in your life. That's what the world judges men on. So if this man realizes the only thing he has to say that he even existed at all is tax returns, that is a depressing and horrifying thing for a man to realize, especially if he had a talent. If he had a talent to do something, and to realize that perhaps having a child too early or having an over-domineering parent destroyed whatever options they had for them when they were younger.
Yeah.
And he just coasted the rest of his life because he just wanted to do what was easy. That can cripple a man psychologically and emotionally. You just said, in the back of your head, you'd be thinking, stop acting like a bitch.
Damn.
So it can only, if a man didn't get that done, it could only cripple him psychologically and emotionally. A woman can't feel the same way. Because I can feel like I didn't get what I wanted to accomplish done.
Do you see what you're doing now? I made no mention about women can't feel this way. I didn't say anything like that. You're changing
my thing is,
the
I
conversation
can feel the exact same way,
what,
and I'm not going to sit there and shed a tear about it because I understand
women shed
that
tears
not
about that kind of thing all the time. And when women cry about the fact that they could have...
I'm talking about me. You asked me how would I feel. So if it's something that I'm not going to cry over, I would expect the person who's supposed to be a man
wait a minute.
cry over it with me.
Okay. So you let's say you have your child that you have now. You've been working. You meet a guy. Y'all work for the rest of your lives. You never started a business. You never started this podcast. You never did anything that you ever wanted to do in your life. And one day you're sitting at a table clipping coupons and paying bills, and you realize, I'm 62 years old, and I'm going to die soon, and I've done nothing but pay bills and clip coupons. That's not going to make you emotional? Knowing that you definitely could have started a business.
But this is what I said, Logic. This is what I said, Logic. You can be emotional. I understand you feeling bad, but crying, that is not something to cry about.
Wait a minute, Kai, you're not letting me finish. If you realize you did nothing with your entire life, and the only thing that is assured for you later is death, you can't go back and do the things that you could have done.
Logic,
you don't think that you would want to cry?
But see, my thing is, it's all in your perception. You've done nothing, then how did you get where you are now? If you've done nothing with your entire life,
working for people.
But I'm able to provide for my child, yeah? I'm not sitting on the street. I'm not on Section 8. I'm providing, right?
Hold on. You're changing the point that I'm making. I'm saying if you had a passion for something, if all through high school and all through college you were taking nothing but business courses because you, in your mind, said, I'm going to be a businesswoman one day and blah, blah, blah. You had an over-dominant parent or a very abusive situation at your family house, so you didn't have that support structure going into college like a lot of these entrepreneurs do. You know, well, I don't want to say a lot of these entrepreneurs, but a lot of the rich ones that went to Yale and business, they usually had families that helped them along. You didn't have that. So you had to get out the house at 18 or whatever because it was horrible. Working now, life is hard. We all know this. We live in a normal world. Rent is due. So you're working 2 jobs and all that stuff just to make ends meet. Now, years are falling off the calendar. Next thing you know, you turn around, you're 27. You got a kid on the way. So now that's another at least 5-6 years before you can come up for air from this kid not going to sleep and all this other stuff and all this teething and diaper training and all that other. You got to go through that nonsense. That's at least 5 years off the charge. So you turn back around, you're 34, and you're like, oh, God, I got to start a business. I got to blow up. But this kid is expensive. You still got rent due. And inflation is going up. Rent is going up. Mortgage is going up. All these other things are going up. You got to get a new car now because your car back from 97 is raggedy and it ain't running right no more. So now you got to go back in. Two jobs. You need a guy. He's a worker. So the two of you combine your checks, and you're just trying to get the car paid off. Once the car's paid off, now your kid's ready to go to college. And you got another one that you just had because you got a guy now. So now it's 2 kids. So now you got to get this kid right. This kid got to get out of high school. This one is going to college. So now another 15 years falls off the calendar before you turn around and think about what you wanted for your life. And when you realize and sit down and once things are calm, you understand and are able to connect the dots. I've wasted my life paying bills. That's all I've ever done is pay bills. You're not going to care about that? Wait a minute, Char. Wait a minute, Char. Stop, Char, stop.
He's 52. Why is he going to die?
Char, can you give me a second, please? Char, just stop. You're done paying these bills, and you realize the only thing you've ever done is put food on the table for your kids. None of the dreams you ever have for yourself have ever even started. That's not going to make you want to shed a tear?
Well, I know people are going to write me now and tell me how much of an asshole I am, but the only problem I saw here that would make me shed a tear is the fact that I went out and had a second kid, and I still didn't have money for the first. So everything else you just mentioned, that was product of my stupidity, and I continued on the wrong path, and it's still not anything to cry on.
You know what? No. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to drop it. You're only saying that because you actually started a company and you have a podcast and you did some of the things you wanted to do. The person that I described, so you don't know what that feels like.
Once again, everybody has it in them to do stuff that they want to do. You can go out there and do stuff that you want to do. Nothing's holding you back. I mean, unless you're just like, my goal is to be Beyonce, then that's a stupid goal to have.
Kai, I am not debating whether people can do it. I know people can do it. I am not debating that. I'm just saying that the person that doesn't, I understand if they break down later in their life. Right. Because life can swallow you the fuck up if you're not paying attention.
Yep.
Time flies like a motherfucker. If you're with the wrong person, you got the wrong head start in your life, you got the wrong everything. Life can pass you by in a blink of a fucking eye.
True.
And for you to say,
whose fault is it that you got sidetracked?
It's not about fault. We're not talking about fault.
No, I'm asking seriously. Look, Oprah Winfrey's life started off on the wrong path. Look at where she got to. There's no excuse that you can't at least do one thing in your life that you want to do. I'm just saying, there's no excuse.
Because now you have things together. You're not looking at the future as if something that didn't make sense.
Kai got ice going through them veins. Kai got some ice going through those veins.
I'm really not. Wait. I want to hear what Char's saying. Char, what are you saying?
Really?
Please say that you will not be emotional, not shed a tear for yourself. If you could picture yourself, just picture yourself way ahead, like he said, 62. Now, in my opinion, that means that Bernie and BJ and only have 12 years to get something going. But that's not true. So the point is, you could do what you want. But Kai, you say you're not human with feelings like a normal person. Do you realize how much of a letdown that is to know you can't go back and do it over? Just like the time capsule question that we had the other day.
Well, why did you waste your time in the first place?
No, but it doesn't matter.
Why'd you waste your time in the first place?
Look, just leave it alone.
Like Logic's example.
You're not going to understand.
Hold on. Like Logic's example. I had a kid, I had a dude, I got a divorce, and what did I do? I got another dude, had another kid. So who the hell's fault is that?
Really? Okay, wait, hold on. Wait. You want me to explain why that can happen? Okay.
About that.
Take a young girl. Take a young girl that had nothing but negativity coming from her mother, because her mother resented the fact that she was pretty and she's old now. So, a lot of mothers will never admit this, but a lot of them resent their daughters, right? So this girl grows up in the house getting nothing but negative responses and everything from her mother. Let's say she has a father in her life or doesn't have a father in life, but it's a brutal relationship. You know, it's a dictatorship. Do what I say. No, I don't care what you blah blah blah. Or dare I dream? Let's say that she might have got touched funny, but she was able to move past that. A lot of girls react to that in two ways. They either clam up or they go promiscuous. Same thing if they have an absent father, or if the father's around and the mother's around, but it's nothing but, again, control and suppression. Then when they find freedom, they go crazy. You know what I mean? So it'll take one slip for something to go wrong. The right guy comes along. You know, this is the first time they're experiencing love. They're young, inexperienced, don't have a relationship with their parents where they can talk about how they feel. They can't talk about love with their parents. How many people do you know that you grew up with to talk about love with their parents? They fell in love with some guy, and their parents are just going to rationally have a conversation like, tell me more. What does he do? Most parents would freak out. Yeah. So she slips, has a baby. Now she's struggling to make ends meet. Maybe the relationship with the guy that she has is antagonistic, and she has to fight with him for him to support the child. You know, or maybe he dies. Who knows? It's a myriad of ways that she could end up being a single mother. Some other guy comes along, and he makes her happy, and she's really in love with him, and she really does want to have a child with him. So now you got two kids based off of nothing nefarious on her part. That's just life. It doesn't have to be some goofball running around out there banging everybody. That's just sometimes that's how life happens.
I hear you. But my thing is, I understand making a mistake. My problem with that is to continue making the same mistake.
Okay. So if the girl made a mistake and had a baby before she met this guy of her dreams, then you feel that it's only right for her to deny this man having a child with her if he really wants to. And
I didn't say that.
You married her.
But if you're not financially ready, you're not in the correct place for you to have another kid. Y'all need to wait. Don't. If you decide, you know, you met the man of your dream, you decide to have a kid for him because he wants a kid, and then freaking 30 years later you want to cry because you didn't get to X, Y, Z. Well, that's the decision you made. You could have done X, Y, Z first and then said, hey, let me do this, and then let's have a baby.
Let it go.
I'm just saying. That's not logical. You made a decision. You met the guy of your dreams. You decided to give him a kid right now instead of pursuing what you wanted to pursue. Now I'm supposed to feel bad for you because you're crying about your decisions?
All I'm saying is that I can understand how people can let their life go by. Is there a lot of things that they could do different if they could logically apply direction to their decisions and never let any emotion at all play any part in anything that they ever do in their life? Yeah, things can go very well for you, I suppose. But I'm just saying that if that person does break down and cry, I'm not going to be looking at what is this.
Right.
This makes no sense. I can understand how life can really
huge lesson hardship. Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just completely different because I could have done one of two things. I could have stayed with my ex-husband and been in that stupid relationship and have more kids for him, and then when I hit 68, start crying because I decided to stay in this relationship because I had a baby and I just wanted my baby to have a father and all. I could have done that, or I could have done exactly what I did: get the hell out.
No, see, you're
describing
two different things. You're describing staying in an abusive relationship. That's not at all what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that
the choices you made.
You being in said messed up relationship with your ex, and then you having the wherewithal to leave him, and then your child requires a lot of money and a lot of support, and let's just say that the job market that you're in isn't really giving you anything. Right? So you have to work hard for less money. And then you meet some great guy, and you two are making it work. This great guy marries you, and this great guy says, I would like to have kids with you. You're going to look at him and say, well, logically I cannot do that because my life has X amount of opportunities available, and if I have a child with you, then I'm going to severely limit myself, and so therefore, no, I'm not going to have a child with you.
No, I will say,
I don't.
Well, babe, I understand you want a child. However, right now we're not financially in the area to have a child, so let's build up some money first, and then we can have a kid. I'm not going to tell you, no, let's not have a kid.
What if this guy said, well, with my check and your check, we could afford 2 kids.
Yeah, but are we living paycheck to paycheck after we afford 2 kids? Because we could just afford 2 kids, but aren't. But no, this is all the questions that we would have to go into. Are we going to be?
That wasn't what I said about this person. I said this person. I didn't say they were poor, and that they couldn't afford bills. I didn't say that. I just said they realized all they've ever done is pay bills, and they never took the time to indulge in their dreams. That's what I said. Maybe you could afford 2 kids, but you know as well as any other parent out there, once you got kids, it's not really enough money for much else.
That's true. Ooh.
That's BJ.
Damn, don't I know that?
Look, I understand everything you're saying, but my thing is decisions. You have decisions to make. If you decide to go down one route, I don't want to hear you crying about it. I also understand mistakes. I will feel sympathetic for you that you made a mistake. You continue making a mistake, that's when my sympathy wanes. No, you continue making mistakes, and I don't have sympathy for you. So why, if you saw it didn't work the first time, why are you still doing the same thing? That would be my question.
What are you talking? What is that? What is
and
that?
I don't. And to
wait, no. Whoa. What does that mean? What are you applying that to?
I mean, for instance, like your story. I had a kid, got a divorce, got with somebody else, had another kid. We're living. We're just making it by. I had to get another job. By the time I finish paying the car, I have to do this. I have to do this. And what you wanted to do went by the wayside. Again.
Wait a minute, but what did that person do that they did over and over again that didn't work? What in that story was a repetitive
You
thing?
had a second child without pursuing what you wanted to do in the first place.
Okay, so
and then
that's what I'm saying.
Your thing is, let it now hit me that, hey, I'm 70. And I didn't get to become a ballerina or whatever. I didn't even go on the stage once. What the? You had ample time to at least try and get to the stage. What are you crying about now?
Okay, so you don't think it's possible that some man could have a baby, and then he's paying for that baby. Life is tough for him, a little tight. He meets his dream woman. She loves him. Their love is blustering and none of the problems of his old relationship. They get married, and she says she's pregnant. He's going to tell her, listen, you need to get rid of that because I got plans for my dreams. I don't know what to tell you. Do you really think life works that way?
That would be a bold statement.
Do you think that your relationship and the person that you're with is going to realize you have this cold, calculating approach to your dreams, but I love them and I'm going to stay with them because even though I want a kid and I would like my own family with this person, I need to sacrifice for what they want. Do you think that that's going to happen? Or do you think that relationship will take a hit because this person realizes my spouse wants to go for their dreams hook or crook, no matter what I feel?
Well, then I understand that. Then you chose the path of your relationship, so suck it the frick up.
Well,
there you have it.
Yep. There you go.
That's cold? That's wrong?
It's very, no.
So
it's
I'm supposed
warm
to sit there and listen to
no,
you cry.
It's warm and inviting, and I don't know how you're single. I don't know how any man would let you go. That's crazy to me. You sound like a dream woman.
Look, whether I'm a dream woman or not, that is of no consequence to me. You like me or you hate me. That's the only two ways it can go. But in the end, I'm still going to do what I need to do.
How you feel, and you just asked the question, is that cold? And I just said no, it is not cold.
Because BJ made a comment that I have ice going through my veins, and I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. I don't agree.
In your mind, what you're saying, you find no fault in it?
No.
You don't? Okay, well, there you go. Continue to live your life.
I am. I will.
I'm sure anybody that's listening to this will probably have a different opinion from what you're saying.
I mean, everybody has a different opinion. All three of y'all have a different opinion, but I could only be myself.
Put it this way. I think you'll find yourself in an extreme minority in that kind of totalitarian response to this relationship too. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you. Stop crying. Stop. Man up. Man up.
Get it together. Wipe your face
my
before
thing
you
is,
come out
you made
into that
your
living room with
decisions,
the rest
and this
of
is
us.
where your decisions led. So I don't understand why you're crying about it.
Okay.
You're not poor. You're not on the streets. You're not, your children are well fed. Whatever. I mean, just because you didn't do what you wanted to do, that's kind of like, for instance, the kids on the soccer field and everybody gets a participation trophy. So everybody feels good.
No, that's not the same. No.
It
that's
is
not
the same.
At all.
You're crying because you didn't get to do what you want to do. Not everyone gets to do what they want to do.
That is not the same. It's not the same. What you're describing is somebody who wants credit for nothing. What I'm saying is somebody who could have achieved, but through circumstances they did not. So that team that could have gone to the state's finals but didn't because the bus broke down on the highway and they had to forfeit the game. If they cry, I understand. Could they have made different decisions? Of course. They could have had a backup bus on call, and the parents could have all rallied together and gotten their cars together and picked up their kids. And so, it's a whole bunch of things that could have, would have, should have.
But that's not the same as what you're describing. Because on the way the bus broke down, they had no control over the bus breaking down. I wouldn't say cry because that's a little bit too much, but you had no control over the bus breaking down. However, as far as this guy, he had a decision to make. You could either go after your dreams or you could choose this path. That's completely different.
No, it's not that simple. Because I'm going to tell you, for personal experience, when you're raised by poor people, and the only idea that they have about raising kids is, look, my kids are fed and they go to school. And that's the only thing that they think about. They don't think about the extra growth that you may need, the extra attention that you may need as far as, like, if a kid is very gifted with sculpting, then you as a parent might need to set some money aside to send them somewhere so they could learn and hone that skill. But if all you're doing is paying bills and making sure the taxes is right, and you just going about your every day, and you every now and again take your kids to the beach and think that you're a wonderful parent, you're setting your kid up for failure by the time high school is over, because whatever talent they may have, you have given no provision to your kids to achieve. So now, at 18, they're like, well, what do I do now? Go to college. Yeah, but what if they don't really teach the glass blowing in college? Well, you just going to have to get a good job because bills is due around here. And if you ain't going to school, then you're going to have to put some rent on the table. And now you're introducing the drudgery of life to this person. So and especially with boys are almost thrown to the wolves immediately because it's all about produce and achieve, and achieve, get a job, produce and achieve. So if you don't have the parents that set time aside to figure out who you are and what you want and what you want to be. The only thing people are expecting you to do is get a good job. And once you get stuck in that routine of paying and making and getting a house and making sure you keep that house and having a car, and then all of the pressures that women put on men because they want to have a relationship, so now you got to be able to afford this ring and take her on trips and all that. All of that takes money. It has nothing to do with talent, has nothing to do with what you really want to be in life. It's money. So that's working. And a lot of the times, if you get swept up, your life can pass you by.
Yep.
But you're sitting here acting like it's his fault that his parents were dealing with it and didn't help him along the way. You got parents that get incensed with the idea that their kid has to move back in the house. Well, you moving back here, how long is it supposed to?
Yeah.
Why you treat me like I'm a stranger on the streets? What's going on here? What are you talking? I just have a dream to do X, Y, and Z. Well, we all got dreams. You need to get out and get this money. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's true. That's so true.
Never mind.
That's crazy. So.
I understand all that. I still don't think it's a reason to sit and cry about it because you realize that you were not able to
I never
do
said
X, Y, Z.
Cry. I said the realization hit them and he cried. You just said, I don't care. Suck it up.
That's ridiculous still.
Okay.
I mean, you're not going to change my mind on that. That's still ridiculous.
We know this. We know that.
Okay.
Char has been eerily quiet.
It's a good thing.
I'm just listening. I mean, it's just a lot. I just don't.
Char is sitting on that end of that.
No, listen to her. She said she's listening. She's saying it's a lot. So go ahead. You said it's a lot.
You know why? Because Char has experienced this in some way or another. I guarantee you. Or has watched somebody experience it. That's probably why it's affecting her. You are young and sheltered, and you haven't experienced people collapse in life and see life destroy a person. So that's why you're saying it like, I don't. And as much as you may want for yourself, you still have achieved
but
something.
I have experienced it. Yeah.
What?
I mean, no, Logic, to agree with what you said, I personally am not destroyed, but I totally understand what you're saying because I feel that way for sure about a lot of decisions that I made, especially career-wise, because I let like a man, for example, tell me you're not auditioning anymore. No woman of mine is going to be an actress or a model, being jealous and arguing when I come home from sets really late. And I allowed myself to become complacent and not fight for what mattered to me. And then fast forward 20 years later, I realized that I just started going straight downhill, not even like standing up for what I believed in, worried about what somebody else is doing. You can't go back. You can't do it all over. When you get older, that's it. And when I say that, it doesn't mean that a person can't fulfill their dreams as long as you have your health, but it doesn't change the fact that life has passed you by in so many ways, and all you can do is make the best of it for where you are at that moment. And so I find it almost impossible to imagine. The only way it's hard for Kyle to see that she might feel differently is because it hasn't happened to her, thank God, or because she's not, 70 or whatever, 65, or she's not. But again, it can happen so quickly. 1 minute you're in your 30s, the next minute you're 50, then you're 60. Trust me, life does not look back. That's it. We don't get to do it over again. So, we make bad choices. Who's sitting there looking at logic? And logic, no offense. I mean, who looks logically at everything? We don't do that as humans about every decision we make, Kai. I know that you try to be very logical because you're very mature. For anyone, that you run circles around a lot of people your age because of what you have accomplished and the way you think. Actually, it's human at the end of the day. And because of that, it's almost impossible.
Okay, hold on. Our listeners are messaging in wondering who's cooking an epic meal or doing laundry or just having a band in the background. What the hell is going on? Who is that?
Not me.
Go ahead. Listen, I'll mute it, but you need to continue to listen to Char. Go ahead, Char. Continue to tell her what you're saying.
I'm just saying, I totally agree with what he said. I totally do. And it happens, it's going to happen to all of us if we don't make, it's not even about the fact of being so smart and being, making the right choices and using logic in your head. Life happens, and fortunately when we make those certain choices, look what it can happen to any of us. And so for us to look back and say, oh, you should have did this, you should have did that, anyone with common sense would have known that was your fault, so don't cry because it's your fault, you chose it. It doesn't change your existence at that moment. It doesn't, That's why I'm saying I cried my eyes out plenty of times because I knew, it's my fault. Yeah, I let a man dictate my career when I was on top of everything. But I can't, what am I going to do? Go blame him now? I know one thing. I'm human, and I did cry about it. Now, am I going to pick up the pieces? Of course, that's what I'm doing. But to say that, suck it up, get over it, you should have known, you should have made the right choices, it's your fault you're with that person, your fault you had 2 babies, all that. No. That's what life is being of the flesh and making mistakes. Nobody's perfect. But to say you won't cry at all, I just don't. It's because you're not in that situation right now at all. But how do we know what decision we're going to make tomorrow that could lead us to that? I didn't expect to be, not be where I was supposed to be in my career. I mean, my God, there's no reason why I shouldn't be, bigger than Halle Berry, whoever, but it's my fault. It's my fault, But still to say I'm not going to cry about it, come on, yes. What am I going to do from there? Well, pick up life from where the age you are now and what you have available to you now, and just keep on going from that point. But to say I'm not going to cry, I would be doing a disservice to myself. And I'm a tough person. I don't cry about everything. So, Kai, I get your tough exterior. I get it. I'm sure you're tough all over, but even men cry when it's something that's devastating to them and not just a death. You can die within yourself and cry.
There's certain devastating things that you can cry about, but there's certain things that's ridiculous. And I do understand, and I do agree that life is not perfect. I'm not saying it is, but, you just make your decisions, and that's what you're going to live with. And to cry about it, to me, is just absolutely ludicrous.
Okay. And now you guys wonder why I was just so quiet. I just knew that we're not going to change her view on it, and it's okay. As long as you heard this conversation, Logic gave you the scenario. I told you, hey, it even happened to me. Listeners are listening. Just know that today, on the 11th of October, 2018, you are human. That's it.
Yes, I am aware of that. I don't think I'm perfect. There's stuff that I want to do that I haven't done yet, whether I ever get to it or not. I don't want to, even with my business, I would love to be at Oprah's level. That is my goal, to just be at that level. However, if it doesn't happen, I'm not going to be like, I just didn't get to be a billionaire.
No, that wasn't it.
I'm just saying, certain things happen in life and you just deal with it. It's just life, like you said.
Listen,
life.
I think you have already explained about who you are and how you look at life. We got it.
I'm just saying, it's not like what you do here is like you're like, I have to do this before I die. It's not like what you do here is going to follow you to the grave anyway. Like, you just live. Do what you got to do, live, and then die.
Damn.
There you have it.
Damn. What a motivational speech. Motivational speech. Do what you got to do. Thanks, Miss Kai. Thanks, Miss Kai, for the pep talk.
Your life is over. That's it. Die. You're too old to do anything.
I'm just saying, there's no reason for you to cry about it. You lived a full life. It's amazing that you got to 70. Look on the bright side of stuff. You got to 70. Some people die in their 20s. You didn't get cancer. You have a family. Some people don't have a family. You have a house.
Yeah, you hear that? You hear that? Everybody that had a dream, you was able to eat the right food in order to live until 70, and other people tragically had accidents where they died younger. So there you go.
And still have a heart attack. Eat the right food, exercise, and still have a heart attack.
Yeah, so they won the life lottery of being able to make it to 70, and that's what they should gloat and celebrate instead of their dreams never happened and the crushing realization that they have never done anything. You're right.
Well, today's show definitely turned into, I guess, being a whiny little whatever because you didn't get your dreams accomplished. and how we each feel about that. Next week, we're going to be talking about basically certain aspects of men that society looks differently on. Not what we talked about today, but completely different. So we'll be back here, and please don't send me hate mail. Oh, my God, please don't send me hate mail. But we'll be back here next week right here on No Conduct Radio, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks for joining us. Peace out, everyone.
Everyone have a great weekend. Think about life choices this week.
And don't cry about
Goodbye.
it.
Don't cry. Don't cry. Get over it. Suck it up. Have
don't
a great weekend,
cry
everyone.
for me, Argent.